Here is a review of film Kantara. Kantara means a mystical forest, and this film is exactly mystical, raw, and very close to nature. In 19th century, there was a king who was in search of inner peace and stumbles upon a stone, which is a local deity, and in exchange for it, he gives a patch of land, 500 acres of forest land, to the tribals. Years later, now, the king's descendants wants this land back. And during the ritual of Kolam Bakula, a theatrical prayer to the deity, the king's descendant mysteriously dies, barring everyone else to even think of getting the land, wanting the land back. And it is after 25 years that our story starts with Shiva. Shiva is a local guy who drinks, who smokes, who hunts, and works for a landlord for a small-time sidekick. Though the basic plot revolves around how the Shiva realizes his potential to become the eventual protector of his tribe, only later he finds out himself that he is a protector. I really like these films about God and belief in supernatural power. Although I personally didn't experience God myself, but the passion that several people in India, including my own mother, have for their creator, it really amazes me. I really love that. It's almost as if for that small duration during the film, I felt connected to a greater creator, and it's a sense of connection to the higher Paramatma. It's a magical feeling when done right. In this film, Rishab Shetty did it and did it rightly. He shoulders the entire responsibility of the film as he is the lead actor, he's a writer, he's a director also. And he also plays the lead role of Shiva. So Shiva is not serious in life, but then something happens, he's forced to take charge. And not to make light of the scene, he even teases a woman who later falls in love with him. I can't stop myself from comparisons regarding the Brahmastra. We deserved it but didn't get delivered. But in this Shiva, we got it. There are two Shivas have the similar nightmares which help bring the plot forward. And even though Kantara is an intense social thriller and about class, caste and land ownership, it never lets it take over the masala-ness or the ingredients of a mass entertainer. It has the slow motion hero entry, the romantic romantic song, and hero's friends who bring the comic relief in between, and all that. Everything is on point except for the weird romantic track, which I would say went a bit too easy. Okay. So Leela, the Shiva's girl, does she save her tribe or does she follow her duty as a forest guard? Look at the intense conflict. The writing doesn't give the chance for this conflict to grow, as a hero and heroine has to sing a song and all that. But talking about the scenes from the movie, it's not about the crazy fight sequence or the Shiva's introduction scene during the Kambala race, or not the scene where the Shiva, a tribal, who enters into the upper caste landlord and sits on his table as an equal. All of this is okay, but not compared to the climax. If you have not watched the film yet, you might want to check back later because of the spoiler warning in effect. Okay. So our hero Shiva is down almost dead. Then his father, a blue-collar performer, a demigod, speaks to him. All of his nightmares come to life. And that loud screams jolts him to realize his place as his tribe's protector. He kills everyone in his path to protect his land. And at this point, I had my hands joined in prayer, just marveling at the sheer beauty and the scale of visuals in front of me. And I don't mean scale in the sense of Avengers kind of way. I'm talking about the emotional and the spiritual scale of the visuals. When the Shiva eats the offering given to him, it's as if it's only now that his hunger to find himself has been quenched. It's a storytelling at its sharpest, at its best. So when this film comes out in OTT, I actually don't know whether I'll watch the entire film, but this climax sequence, dude, I haven't I have no words. That woe wala scream connecting the father and the son. I mean, it's just something else. I'm just getting goosebumps at the very thought of it. I don't even want to talk about the conclusion, whether it's who is a real bad guy, because that's just the story about the good versus evil. Okay, for me, the film itself is a ritual in itself, and the nitty gritty of the story, like camera, dialogues, just don't matter. I know as a reviewer, I should be talking about these aspects. But imagine, Karo, when a film that starts just like another Rowdy Rathod or a Pushpa, but ends up in becoming a very impactful on the mindset, on our minds. All these things, light, sounds, not to say that they are bad in any way, but the music by Ajneesh Loknath gives the film a sonic grandeur that it deserves. And that matches with the Arvind Kashyap's visual demand. Everything works in tandem in service of Kantara, the mystical forest. It's not just the film, it's also the actual forest, its world, and all that. So, do I like Kantara? Of course, yes. Not just because it's a film, good film that entertained me, but that it did anyway. But for sure, for sure it did, of course. But because it introduced me to the folklore and the vibrant culture of the Tulu Nadu region, the roots of our Indian culture. Please watch this film in theaters. I heard that it's released in Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, and Telugu. So you can watch it in your nearest theater, and you will not regret it. Trust me. Okay. I personally thought that literally the writer-director Rishab Shetty has killed it, and it's just really, really exciting. And I'm very, very proud of Kannada industry. That's it, guys. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe if you like my review. Please give it a like and hit the bell icon in the YouTube so that in your channel next time, whenever I give the review, you will have that in your YouTube channel. Thank you. By the way, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Movie Clips. Thank you.